When is it appropriate to reprimand, to seriously reprimand someone you love, and why? So the first criteria, of course, is it has to be someone you truly love. And then it's for an educational purpose. It's about them. It's not about you. It's because you truly care about them. And we see this important lesson in leadership in this week's Parsha, Parshas Devarim. This is the first Parsha of the last book of Moses. It is said at the end of the 40-year journey in the desert, just before his passing, just before they start on their next new journey. And that's part of the insight. It's at the end of this journey before the next journey begins. It's at a time when there's a time of separation. And at that point, there's something very important that you may need to get across, and it may be a bit harsh, and you want to be able to communicate it, but in a way that it can be accepted because you care. It's about them. You want them to have this information. But it's at a time of separation. In this case, before Moses' passing. And you're giving the information to them in a way that they can hear it. It's a reprimand that you won't be repeating frequently because you're separating now. You won't be there repeatedly going over this refrain. And also, it is something that it to be harsh. So you don't want it to be, it's a time of separation, so they're not going to be seeing you again and again and again, and therefore being reminded of this failing of theirs or the potential miss of theirs that they could have had, and you don't want them reminded of that every time they see you. So think long, think hard before first giving a reprimand. Is it really about them, or is it just you getting something off your chest? And is it information that they can really make use of for the betterment of their life? And that's the important lesson we learn from this idea that the 40th year, right after the Exodus, the 11th month, this is the last thing that Moses does, is he gives a strong reprimand, but it's a reprimand with love.